What's going on YouTube? This is iDCL yet again, this time with an impressions review for Dead Island Riptide. Now I know what you guys are thinking, those of you who are subscribed and natural viewers and have seen my videos and reviews before. Why are you not releasing a thorough review? Notice what you're asking me. But I can't. Sadly, because some personal issues have come up with my family and I have to take a trip down to Ontario. So I won't be able to thoroughly review this, detail for detail like I naturally do in my natural reviews. So I'm going to give you guys this impressions review. Now, this being said, I've only played up to 3 hours of Riptide. So do not take this as a make or break whether or not you want to buy the game. This is pretty much just giving you what I feel about the game so far, at least. Now, with that being said, I'm going to start off the same way I would do in my natural reviews. We're going to talk about story first and foremost. Now, like I said, I'm only 3 hours in. As far as story-wise, the story is cool. I don't hate it. I don't love it. But it is interesting. Now, it takes off exactly just as Techland said, where the original Dead Island took off from. Well, where the original Dead Island ended, where you're finally able to escape this island, and now you've been pretty much not kidnapped, but taken into custody by some groups, a militia group on a boat or something. And it's pretty strange the way this story just unfolds, because you still don't have a reasoning. Maybe it'll come later in the game, but you really don't have an initiate reasoning as to why they've even captured you. Mostly because you are immune to the plague or the infection that is causing all these people to become zombies and shit. So basically, with that being said, the story does take off pretty nicely. I like how it unfolds to earn respect and earn, like, new things, new weapons and all that. They keep that aspect in the game, which is really what made the original the original Dead Island pretty good, because it was more of a quest game. And of course, when you played in, played this game co-op, please, same as the original one, I suggest playing this game co-op over anything. Now, single player, it's gonna have its cool moments, but co-op is where this game absolutely shines in the story. Now, absolutely, same as the old one, because that's the same way I felt about the first one. Play this co-op, because it's a big difference when you're playing with a group of people that even if you don't know these people, just getting on live. It's a big difference than just playing on your own. Trust me. Same way Left 4 Dead is. You don't want to play that game alone. You don't want to play Riptide alone. Now, they've improved some multiplayer aspects as far as lag and all that. It's much better now. It's much more fluid. It feels like you're playing single player, but you have people in there with you. And, instead of... I had a lot of lag compensation with the first one. Well, not compensation, but a lot of lag with the first one here and there, where, I don't know, zombies would zap past me and shit, and it was pretty weird. So, that being said, I suggest co-op over anything when playing this game. Now, next we're going to dive into the visuals and audio. Okay, the visuals. And when Techland said this was a straight away, right after the original Dead Island, they were not lying, because as far as story, it continues, and graphics, it stays exactly how Dead Island was, the first one. You're gonna hardly notice any graphical changes, if there's any, in this game from the first one, which is gonna be a make or break to people who've played. To people who are looking to get this game. Period. Now, I know graphics isn't everything, but how long has it been since the first one? Like 2 years? When it's been that long, you really should try to improve your graphics to some sort of extent, at least, please. But didn't quite happen in this game. Now, as far as character visuals, the character visuals they're okay in some cases, but when dialogue is going on, there's like hardly any emotion in any of the characters' face when they're talking. It's just their mouth is just moving, pretty much. Like the old animation the old animation programs and stuff where you would talk and the mouth would just move, but you don't get no facial expression. That's what you're getting in Riptide, and that pretty much is just like the original Dead Island. So if that makes or break you buying this game, then there you have it. The visuals have not been upgraded too much. Now, as far as audio as a whole, the audio is pretty nice. Now there is some corny ass dialogue in this game, a lot of it, but it still comes off cool as, like, you know, the zombie sounds, or should I say infected, because I know a lot of people are gonna be like, they're not zombies, they're not rising from the dead. Okay, I'm gonna say it as infected. Now the infected have very cool ass sounds, very scary ass sounds and shit, like when you're about to approach a huge fucking super monstrous fucking infected person or some huge one. It's crazy. It gives you that sound, that sense of urgency, like, oh shit, there's something big that's about to come, so I better be looking around for this. And it gives you that sense of urgency, and I really love that in this game. It's something that really separates it from the original one, and it's really nice. Now as far as scenic sound and stuff, I'm talking about like water and, you know, ground movement and driving and shit. Everything is nice. It's all good. It's well done, and I appreciate it. The only real gripe I have with the visual audio is the fact that it just looks so stale when they're talking. It's like, what the fuck? Do you care? But that's all I have for that. Okay, next we're gonna get into gameplay. Overall gameplay of Dead Island. Riptide is gonna remind you, of course, of the first one. Controls are the same. Everything is right there where it left off. So if you played the first one, you're gonna be automatically familiar with this one. It's nicely made. It's pretty much, it's real good. The crafting and all that is still good. It's been improved. You know, you can attach nails and stuff to your bats and stuff, just like in the first one. And you can upgrade your weapons. Now you have more varieties of guns and such, and you have more varieties of just shit you can hit monsters and zombies with, which is nice. I really like it. I really like it. Now the downfall to the gameplay is that it sometimes runs off some stale frame rates. Now when I say that, the frame rates drop a lot in this game, I've noticed, from my experience so far of what I've played. Now when the game actually releases, because I know I'm releasing this early, there may be a first day patch like they do with a lot of games nowadays that is going to eliminate that. It may be that, but as of right now, if they don't release a patch, I'm going to tell you right now that there's plenty of frame rate drops. I've gotten to the point where at one point it just, all the audio just went out. Now I restarted the game. I didn't have to turn off the Xbox. I pretty much just left the story that I was playing and came back into it, and everything was all good. So I guess that was just like a one-time thing. Now aside from that, the gameplay is real nice. I like it. It's fluid. I mean, not fluid, because I just said the frame rates drop, but it's like, you know, it's nice. That foot to kick them zombies back, that is your key asset. I always, when I'm holding a one-handed weapon or two-handed, whatever the fuck it is, that foot comes first. That throws the zombies smooth off, and then you can go wailing at their asses without worrying about them hitting you back. Now with them big ass, bloated, weird looking zombies and shit, it's gonna be a challenge. You have to be tactical. You're gonna have to go up, and then you're gonna have to you know, do your little, where you jump off the roof. They got this shit where you jump off the roof and you land on them, and bam, you get this clean kill in on them, and it works every fucking time, and I love it. So you're gonna have to be tactical with this one, and that's a nice asset that they added to the game. Now next, getting into the verdict. Overall, this game, it's really, it has the right price tag on it. Honestly, I think it should have been $40 for the console versions and $30 for the PC version, or $40 for the PC version, whichever. PC got it right basically. For the consoles, it's $50, and it's better than paying $60, because this game, I feel, would not have been worth $60 if it was sold for $60. But as far as its price tag, I say it's worth it. It's barely worth it. because you do get a lot in this game, but it's not up to the standards that you would expect to succeed the original Dead Island. It feels like it's more of a huge DLC with a lot of content, mind you, a lot more content than you would get in any regular DLC, but it feels like it's a huge DLC put on a disc and sold. Now, overall, I do not like the dialogue. I mean, not the dialogue, but the way the dialogue is presented. I do not like such things as the frame rates dropping and all that. The story is kind of iffy, but then it unfolds. I like that type of aspect. That's a give or take. And what I do like is the fact that the gameplay is it's just like the first one. Not saying it's a mimic, but it's like the first one with improvements, which is always a great thing, because you don't want to steer too much away from what you were already used to. At the same time, you do want improvements and new things, but still, you know, like I said, I only played around 3 to 4 hours of this game so far, and it's good to let you know that it's more than 3 to 4 hours since I've only played that much, and I feel like I'm still barely cracking into the game. And the quest is nice. I like that. It's real nice. So as of right now, as far as I'm into the game, I'm gonna give this game in a range, not a definite score, but within a range of 7.8 to 8.2 out of 10. Now, do I think this game is better than the original one? Yes, I do, because they improved a lot. Besides the frame rate dropping, they improved a lot, especially with the multiplayer. This game is gonna be its funnest, absolute funnest, when you're playing with people. Same way Left 4 Dead was, same way like what's another co-op game? Any good co-op game you could pretty much think of, it's gonna be better with co-op, always. So keep that in mind. If you're a person who likes to play with people, then you're gonna enjoy this game to a real good extent. And mind you, that is not the absolute score, okay? These are not the absolute scores, because I have not completely beat it yet, so I have not completely thoroughly reviewed it, but from what I've played so far, I can tell you that it is good. It is good. But just letting you guys know some things you guys should watch out for, you know, if you're planning to buy it and whatnot, come release date and all that. Now, I can't promise you that I will have a thorough review coming out, because I most likely won't. When I release an impressions review, same way I did Borderlands 2, that's pretty much all that I'm gonna put out, because it's really all I'm getting. Everything I'm gonna say in that review is kind of getting out to you right now, unless something dramatically different happens within the course of me beating this game. When I come back from my trip, then I'll probably release another video telling you guys about how I feel at that point in time. But as of right now, Dead Island, Riptide. See you guys later. This is iDCL. I hope I helped anybody who was looking at this video, but just a couple of things for you guys to work out for from my experience with the game. I know I'm babbling now, but anyway, this is iDCL, and I'm out. Peace. That dope music in the background, the music was made by none other than Slang D. So go to his channel, check it out, and subscribe now.